Well, he calls clean coal a dirty lie, says the industry is in a way deceiving America. So what does he think of the push for clean energy the administration is making? What is his take also on the climate change bill? Bobby Kennedy Jr. joins us now. Thank you for being here. You cannot shut down the coal industry because the truth is that coal is cheap in terms of providing power to 50% of the electricity. Coal is cheap. Shouldn't we blame the public, in part at least, for our demand for energy?
No, absolutely not. First of all, coal is not cheap. Coal only appears cheap because the coal industry has been able to use its political power to externalize its costs and get the rest of us to pay the cost. Coal is actually probably the most catastrophically expensive form of burning, of boiling a pot of water that's ever been devised.
How are we paying the cost? How are the costs?
Well, for example, here in New York State, it is now unsafe to eat almost any freshwater fish caught in the state. That's one of the price of coal. That's because of mercury that has been discharged from those plants and ends up falling on the state. According to CDC, 1 out of every 6 American women now has so much mercury in her womb that her children are at risk for a grim inventory of diseases: autism, blindness, mental retardation, heart, liver, and kidney disease. That's one of the costs of burning coal. We have 640,000 children born in America every year who've been exposed to dangerous levels of mercury in their mother's wombs, which causes loss of IQ and all kinds of other problems. The Appalachian Mountains, 1/5 of the lakes are now sterilized from acid rain. That's the cost of coal. When you pay your coal bill, you don't see that. There's 60,000 Americans killed every year from breathing ozone and particulates from coal plants. That's the cost of coal. 1 million asthma attacks, 1 million lost work days. When you see a child, everybody knows children have asthma. When you see that child gasping for air, you're not saying, that gives me a cheaper coal bill. But that's one of the costs. That price, the impact of those costs on the rest of us should be, in a true free market economy, be reflected in the price of big coal's product when it makes it to the marketplace. But they're able to externalize those costs and pretend they don't exist.
They're also employing thousands of people, so that's
very few people. Okay, you tell me this. That's the talking points from the industry. You tell me this. Why is it that West Virginia has the richest natural resources in 50 states and the poorest people? They've got the highest illiteracy rate, the worst health, the highest obesity, the highest illiteracy, the fewest people graduating high school, and the highest employment. Walmart employs more people in West Virginia than the coal industry. When my father was fighting coal mining, strip mines in West Virginia back in the 60s, I remember a conversation that I had with him where he said to me, they're not just destroying the environment, they're permanently impoverishing these communities because there's no way that they can regenerate an economy from these barren moonscapes that are left behind. And that's exactly what happened. They've destroyed the landscapes. They're liquidating the state for cash. That coal is not owned by the people of West Virginia. It's owned by people up here on Wall Street, and all of that money is flowing north out of the state. So anybody who says that they're doing something good for West Virginia is lying. And in fact, there was a large study by the University of Kentucky that came out this week that showed that coal in Kentucky represents a net loss of $100 million annually to the state. So this is truly an extractive industry in every sense of the word. They are stealing from the state, not adding economic benefits.